Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. I'm your host, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Hope you guys are doing well. Fresh off a big win over Clemson this past weekend. In this video, we're going to be looking at the offensive pros and cons in the Clemson game. So if you haven't had a chance, make sure you check out the defensive side of the ball I posted a couple of days ago. If you can, go ahead and give this a like. We need to get this one over 60 likes. I think that's the magic number that we hit so far. So if you could go ahead and like this video, share it, subscribe if you haven't, if you're an FSU fan. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. There's some things that I didn't notice looking at the game in real time. I know a lot of people were concerned about the offense, and rightfully so. You know, they haven't looked good over the last 5 quarters. But I think there's a combination of things happening that Mike Norvell and Alex Atkins can get situated over the next couple of weeks. So you got a bye week coming up, and then you have a Virginia Tech game that shouldn't pose too many issues, and will be a good opportunity to work some kinks out. And so yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get into it. And again, thanks again for all the support you guys have given thus far. And let's see what we got here. All right. So in this particular play, actually, no, not that one. Let's see. Nope. That is not the clip I want to show, but we'll start with it. We'll go with this one here. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So in this particular play here, everybody talks about, FSU can't run the ball, and some of it is some things are offensive line issues, but in this particular play here, this is solely Lawrence Toafili not making the correct read. So here's Toafili here. I want you to watch this side of the line and watch what Toafili does. Toafili should take this way. Instead, he just runs into the crowd here. Look at that. That should have went for a big gain. Look. Blocker here, blocker here, blocker here, blocker here, blocker here. If he cuts this out here, it is a huge gain, or definitely way more than a two-yard loss. Watch this. Look, why does he go there? I have no idea. He just doesn't have patience in the blocks. But this guy's already blocked. The guy's on him. He's on him. He's going to be ahead of him to possibly meet another guy. But instead, he makes the wrong read, and it goes for a loss. Look at that. They blocked that up nicely. And there was a couple of other times that this happened in this game, and for whatever reason, the guys just cut it inside. I don't know why, but they had that blocked up nicely, and Toafili just made the wrong read. So we're gonna go here. So now this is an instance where they block it up well, and this is one of the better Trey Benson runs you're going to see this year. Trey Benson runs this ball like he's possessed. I mean, it's an impressive run for sure. Watch this. He's gonna watch this hole that opens up right here in this area. Look at that. Block out front. Jaheim Bell. That's nice. Look at that. He's going to go right behind Bell, hold here. It's a face mask here that missed. Yeah, that's nice, man. Nice. So there's opportunities to run the ball. They just, for one, got to make the right reads. Here's another one. So here's the passing game. So this is the first play. This is the first play of the third quarter. Mike Novell wants to take a deep shot. They got one-on-one coverage, single high safety here. And so you'll see this again. And this is something that Clemson kind of challenged FSU with. You may have heard Dabo Swinney talk about, Jordan Travis said that, it was disrespectful to go one-on-one with his receivers. But, Clemson's looking at it like saying, well, those 50-50 balls have been less than 50-50 balls thus far. So we're going to take our chances. But in this particular instance right here, Johnny Wilson beats my man off the line of scrimmage pretty badly. And it's a big play for the offense. Also, notice that FSU gives Jordan Travis, the O-line gives Jordan Travis a great pocket to throw from in this one. Look, he has all day to throw the ball. Safety doesn't get over in time. And so look at this. This is also, Clemson knows that FSU loves to run the wheel route, right? Watch Toafili come out the backfield on the wheel route, and you'll see the linebacker pick him up, but they don't account for Johnny Wilson right here beating my man. Watch on this player, watch Toafili here and watch the guy pick him up, but then you see Johnny Wilson streaking ahead. See that? Beautiful ball. So you take that. It's first down. It's worth a shot to take that play. All right. I don't want to go to that one. I want to go to this one. So here, this is an issue that I did not notice in real time, but there was a few instances where FSU had wide receivers it's like there was some confusion offensively, and wide receivers just all ran to the same spot. So here's 3rd and 6, it looks like. Yeah, 3rd and 6. Watch. I think it's going to be down here. Watch this. 3rd and 6. No, this isn't it. So here on this one, this is the one we'll point out. Jeremiah Byers they got to do something here. He got beat way too often. And the problem here is him getting beat forces Jordan Travis to rush this throw. It's a good pickup on the blitz here by the running back. Yeah. There we go. So that's something that hopefully Robert Scott can get healthy, and they can put Byers back inside at guard, because he's not equipped to play tackle, it seems. Thought he could, but he got beat way too often in this game. So here's, and this is a situation where they were in this situation way too much. 3rd and 10. Now, one reason they can be elite is they have the personnel to be able to convert 3rd and 10, but the odds say that if you're in 3rd and 10 enough, you're not going to convert all of those instances, and sometimes it could be just a crucial situation where you got to have it, and it's one of those times where you can't convert, so you want to stay out of 3rd and 10. This is a 2-back set, I think, a 2 tight end set, I think it was. So see what happens. Yeah. They send the house. What I just talked about. Byers gets beat again. They get pressure up the middle. And I think this is more a result of Jordan Travis just didn't have time to let the play develop. But you kind of see a bunch of guys in the same area. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys right here in the same area. So it could be that, just didn't have time to develop on this one, but it does show up on some other pieces of film I'm going to show you. But the main thing is you got to stay out of 3rd and 10 because Clemson know you're going to throw it, and they brought pressure, and you saw that with FSU in the second half on defense. They started bringing pressure, and especially when it's right in your face like that, when there's no pocket to step up into, that makes it really, really tough for a quarterback to execute. And a lot of times when you're throwing off your back foot like that, that's when interceptions happen. So luckily, he kind of just threw this up, and I think it's Johnny Wilson makes a play on it. Byers getting beat a lot. So here's another one. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 10 again, and we see a bunch of guys in the same area again. Again, Byers is getting beat again. Jordan rolls to his left. Look at all of these guys over here. Look at all these guys over here. Look. 1, 2, 3. 3 receivers in the same area. Wow. 3rd and 10. And one thing too is, look, one area of the field that FSU rarely attacked was the middle. You had your linebackers crashing. This guy's spying, I think, and for whatever reason, FSU just did not attack the middle of the field. They did a couple of times, and when they did, they found success. So I don't know why they continue to run a lot of verticals and just not attack the middle of the field there. Look at that. There's nobody in the middle of the field. All right, we're going to go to this one. Again, so this is another one-on-one situation that Clemson's given them. Again, Jordan Travis gets time to throw, and he sees the one-on-one out here, and the guy drops back in coverage, but he's not able to get back in time. I think it's this guy here. And Johnny Wilson makes an incredible catch. A straight-up hands fingertip catch. I have no idea how he caught this ball. It's crazy. But let's watch it. Look, beautiful pocket. Beautiful pocket. Johnny's right here. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful throw. Yeah, see this the guy's not able to get back there. He's dropping. Whew, man, it's beautiful. And the crazy thing is, this is the first play after the missed field goal. So this play, is a chunk play. They get, let's see, got like 26 yards on this one play. And so you're like, man, you're cooking. You're at midfield with a minute and a half to go in the game. All you need is a field goal to win it. Now, of course, they failed to execute. There was a DPI that went uncalled on Keon Coleman on that 3rd down play. Of course, they don't call it with the game being at Clemson. But, this was a great play to get some chunk yardage when you knew you had to have it with the time running down in the game, and all you need is a field goal. So the O-line stood up at times. Looks like they have someone else out here. I can't see the number. It's not Byers, though. And but that's not Isaiah Thomas either, coming off the edge. But that's a great throw. Throws it to where nobody else can catch it except Johnny Wilson. The DB couldn't even get his head around. So here, in this particular video, again, you see a common theme. It's 3rd and 9. FSU needs a first down. And let's watch it. What? Across the middle. Wide open across the middle. And Johnny Wilson makes the catch for a first down. Let's look at it again. And Clemson's bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that pick it up. Well, no, they stop here. So 3-man rush looks like with some spies. Yeah, you got to attack the middle of the field. I mean, you don't have to go vertical every time. Slants are your friend. That's a good pocket. That's beautiful. So pass protection wise, aside from Byers, you're fine. You're fine. And so, of course, in this particular video, again, you see you got a single high safety. This is the touchdown to basically win the game. And Keon Coleman's out here in a 1-on-1. And Travis throws it up. Great catch by Coleman. Yeah. Man. Let's see. There was one more. Hold on just a second. I had one more clip, I think, to that I wanted to show. That kind of illustrated Jordan Travis's propensity not to run the ball. Yeah, here we go, right here. Let me pull it up for you. And you'll see that once FSU starts doing this, or once Jordan Travis starts doing this, this is going to change the offense also. So you got 4 down linemen, they're in a 4-3. Look, if Jordan keeps this guy's already crashing. This guy's been blocked. That leaves Jordan 1-on-1 with this guy. Now it's to the boundary, so you don't have a lot of room to work, but you got to think that Jordan's going to be able to get way more yardage running here than what's going to transpire here. Yeah, goes for a 3-yard loss. But if Jordan keeps it, he's running for a good bit. A real good bit. But you can tell Jordan here Jordan does not have the same pep in his step that he normally would when he's completely healthy. And I'm pretty convinced that the reason why he's not keeping it on these is, they're trying to avoid him getting hit. And he got hit quite a bit in this game. They did use him when they absolutely had to have him on the goal line on that one touchdown. He ran in and he got hit on that one. There was a 4th down play earlier in the game where he barely got the 4th down conversion, but he got popped then too. But it's like when it's those critical situations, it seems like they're kind of content with allowing him to give. In this game, it's 17-17. The defense has got to stop. First and 10's first down. So they're figuring, maybe we can get, 2 or 3 yards here if you just give instead of keeping it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, if he kept it, he could have just ran for 5 or 6 and got down and slid and not got hit. So yeah, I mean, he's wide open there. Yeah. So, looking at everything, I think you got to do a couple things. Number one, you got to hopefully get Robert Scott healthy, get him back out there instead of Byers. If Byers plays, move him inside the guard. That may open up some things. Hopefully Maurice Smith can get back healthy. I know he left the game there at one point. If you can get him back healthy, I think the O-line, I think they're capable of blocking it up. It's just the fact of running back making the right reads most of the time. We saw it. We saw Trey Benson run, run like he was um, possessed on that one play. The hole was there. Barker, Jaheim Bell was out in front of him, ran for like a 20-yard, 20-yard gain. You would have had several big runs if Jordan Travis keeps it. If Toa Philly makes the right cut instead of cutting inside, just takes it outside, which was basically the same runs that we saw Rodney Hill make against Boston College the week before. He had like 2 runs of 15, 20 yards, and it was essentially the same play. The guys blocked it up well, and he made the right read and, got plenty of yards. So the things are fixable. I think one thing I would like to see more of is some of the play calling has been how can I say this? Because obviously, look, Mike Norvell and Alex Atkins know way more than I do. But at the same time, I I don't like the way they'll call certain pass plays, like the verticals, and they'll be incomplete, and then it'll be 2nd and 10, and they'll run a play that, I mean, even if you block it up, you're only going to get like 2 or 3 yards. So it's like, and then usually that'll go for a loss. So then you're back to 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, and those are just extremely difficult to convert. I mean, I look at it like this: I would rather run it on 1st down. Get 3 yards. You have an option. Then you could run it, you can pass it. You kind of put the defense in conflict as far as them not really knowing what you plan to do, because when it's 2nd and 10, it's like, I mean, you have 2 options. You can say, okay, well, we can run a short route and try to make it 3rd and manageable, or we can run it and make it 3rd and manageable, um or you can you can go vertical for a big gain. And if you don't get it, though, then you're at 3rd and 10 again. So one of the biggest issues haunting this offense thus far has been they are consistently in 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10, way too often. Now, you have pieces that can overcome those distances. The biggest issue is, though, you cannot consistently do, especially not against good defenses. It is very difficult to overcome those down the distances consistently. It's not sustainable, I should say. We saw it against LSU last year, 2022. They were in a long down the distances in that game, but you saw Jordan Travis use a lot of. He went to Michael Pittman a bit. They used a lot of routes over the middle of the field. It wasn't. I mean, they had some vertical shots, but it wasn't like it is this year. Whereas this year, it's 3rd and long, and they're kind of just looking at it's 3rd and 10, and they're looking at a one-on-one with a single high safety, and they're like, yeah, that's a one-on-one, and I have faith in my guy to make a play. But at the same time, why not just run? Why not just run? Call a play that um, like Clemson was doing. Clemson's running, slants or whatnot, where it's a higher percentage throw, unless they just feel like Jordan can't make those throws consistently. Um, and there may be some truth to that. But uh, the good thing is, I think all the problems they have on offense are fixable. If you get Robert Scott healthy, put him back out there instead of Byers, move him inside. Hopefully, Jordan Travis can get healthy. I said it in the defensive video. That's an injury that you probably are going to have the rest of the year. I think it can get better. Get him, improve. But if you get hit again really hard, that's one of those. It's just not going to go away. So it's one of those pain management things, and they're just going to have to decide. Are they going to run Jordan? Only when it matters in the big games. I don't expect them to use him much against Virginia Tech. I wouldn't expect them to really use him much against Syracuse or Wake Forest. Really, you have 2 games left on the schedule, Duke and Miami, as of right now, that pose somewhat of a threat. I still think FSU, if they play their B plus game, they should win those 2 games. I mean, you literally just played your C plus B minus game tops, and I think Clemson played probably their A minus game, and you were able to win the game with only 1 turnover. Now, granted, that turnover went for 6, but I mean, when you looked at the stats at halftime, Clemson had a 3-point lead, and I tweeted this at halftime. I said, if you look at the stats are nearly identical. Both teams were 3 of 6 on third down. I think Clemson had a small edge on total yardage, but overall, it was almost identical. And really, the difference in the second half, as far as stats go, is the 1 yard. The long run that Maffa had, where I showed it in the defensive video that Kevin Noles didn't come up and fill that gap. If he comes up and fills the hole there, Maffa goes for like a 3-yard gain. But of course, he hesitates, and my coach used to say in college, he who hesitates is lost. And that's exactly what happened. He didn't even touch Maffa. Maffa goes for like a 40-yard run. Aside from that, Clemson really didn't run the ball that well. They only had like 3 passes down the field. The 1 pass in the flats where Shipley, made a ton of guys miss. But yeah, so Clemson played about as good as they could play, I think. And FSU only had 22 yards rushing. They were 4 of 13 on third down, and they still found a way to win. So the challenge is, can FSU get to where they can play, if they can consistently play their like B plus, the lower, heaven forbid if they play an A game. We haven't seen that yet, and we haven't come close to it aside from the second half of LSU. But if they can consistently play like a B plus, A minus game, they're going to go undefeated in the regular season and win the ACC. That's just the fact of the matter. I know a lot of Clemson fans got mad on the Built for Playmaker Twitter handle. I tweeted before that game, because before the game, a lot of people were nervous and, oh my God, it's Clemson. It's at Clemson. And listen, man, I tweeted, I said, FSU has the edge at quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, defensive end, defensive tackle. And some people argue with that, but whatever. Relative to the matchup, I thought FSU had the better cornerbacks than Clemson relative to the matchup. And we saw Ronaldo Green win ACC Player of the Week. So I'm just saying. And so the reason why, and the people are like, well, you got to go to Clemson, and we haven't beaten them there since 2013, and they've only lost 1 game. And listen, man, throw that out the window. You got the talent. You haven't had the last decade, pretty much. That's the reason why I tweeted that. And so I tweet that knowing that, hey, if the talent we have plays at the level that they're capable of, and you had no reason to doubt that, because Mike Norvell has always shown up in these big games with great game plans and played really well. And so I expected that, even though the game was at Clemson. And we didn't get that. We got, like I said, a C plus, maybe a B minus game, and you still won. So the challenge is for the coaching staff is to get them to play consistently at obviously you want them to play at A plus all the time, but that's not possible. If you can get them to play B plus, A minus, you're going to be fine the rest of the season. And then it's all about getting to the playoffs. And I've said this before the season even started. When you get to the playoffs, it's all about the matchups. However you match up with whomever the opponent is, it may be favorable, it may not be, and then that's why the coaches get paid millions of dollars to figure it out. So And we've always said it. You know, it takes a lot of luck to win a national championship. It takes injury luck. You need good bounces, like the Clemson guy missing the field goal there from 30 yards. Shout out to Ryan Fitzgerald for making that 48-yarder. That's what's crazy. Shout out to the special teams too. I know we're talking about the offense in the video, but I got to give a shout out to special teams, because Mike Novell wouldn't even have ran Ryan Fitzgerald out there for a 48-yarder last year. Alex Matramano, he pinned Clemson deep in their own territory there twice. Had like 3 or 4 punts of over 50 yards. So shout out to the special teams guys. Those guys showed up, you know. So that's the challenge, and I think we're in position that they can do this over the bye week. You know, hopefully some guys get healthy, and if not, you know, if Robert Scott isn't able to go, which, like I said, I'm not sure what, you know, exactly what's wrong with him, but he'll have a bye week. If he doesn't play against Virginia Tech, that's another week. Hopefully, you know, by the time Syracuse rolls around or Duke rolls around, you know, he'll be available. So that's the beauty of how this schedule sets up. You played your 2 toughest games probably already. We'll see what Duke and Miami do. But again, I made a video a week or 2 ago, and I was like, stop making emotional decisions based on what other teams do when they play other teams. It's all about the matchup. Miami haven't beaten anybody. Texas A&M is not good. Temple's not good, right? Bethune-Cookman's not good. Miami of Ohio's not good. But Clemson and UNC will play Miami before they come to Tally on November 11th. You'll find out what Miami is. Duke's going to play Notre Dame. That'll give you an idea of what Duke is. I think I have an idea what both teams are, and I like us in both of them still, right? So those are of you that are going to the Tech game. I'm going to be there. My family's going to be there with me. I know 1 or 2 of you let me know that you're going to be at that game in the last video. So if you plan to go to that game, let me know in the comments. Let me know where the tailgates are. You know, let me know where the hangouts are. We're looking to come do that while we're down there in Tally in a week or 2. So again, if you haven't had a chance to like this video, if you got to this point and you haven't liked it, go ahead, just go right over there and hit that like button for me. If you're watching this and we're at 30 likes, hey, hit that like button for me. We got to get to like 60, 70 and up. Get this out there to more FSU fans, and definitely subscribe if you haven't. Turn your notifications on, and you'll get the videos whenever they're released as soon as that happens. So again, appreciate the support, and we'll probably have another video for you later this week. And until then, go Noles.